Hello, yo. Time is 6:49 p.m. Slept all day, basically. Slept all day. I'm not doing another voice call with those guys. They were pieces of shit. Yeah. I do need to look into buying another external drive. This one's too small. No, it's just filled up. They're kind of different over voice as well. Like these people have personality over text and then over voice. They say I'm too quiet. Okay, that's fair, but like they don't even have the same personality over voice chat. I know I had a playlist where I was listening to all of those. Is it called Sad Love Song? I don't even know what this is. What is this? There's so many awful people in this part of the world, bro. What do you call it? It's just terrible. There's like far right pieces of shit, bro. You know it too well. No, way too well. It's not just them being like far right or right wing either. It's like they have like abrasive personalities. I like the old view better, whatever. I used to have good people in my life, bro, and then some of them changed. Some of them don't like me anymore. Some of them became kind of bad people, and then some of them, I don't know, because one of them is like right wing, and it's like, I don't know if he's redeemable or not. Maybe, is this like, is he being like taken advantage of? And he's just been lured into it, or is this an expression of who he really is? That's kind of, I can't tell. I feel like you kind of have to be somewhat of a bad person to get into right wing stuff, to be honest. Like, to even consider it in the first place is like, you kind of have to be, like, possibly a bad person. I'm tired of dealing with non-intellectuals, bro. Like, stupid people are just annoying. They annoy me. Being an idiot is its own, like, failure. It's like its own harm. It literally, surrounding yourself by stupid people makes you more of an idiot. That's what it does. Surrounding yourself with hateful people makes you more hateful. Surrounding yourself with pieces of shit by pieces of shit makes you more of a piece of shit. Like, it just reinforces these things or creates them even. People do take on things from their environment. It's not just like random. Or like, you know, it can be hard to filter it out. Especially if you're in a voice call or something. I feel like it's very easy to influence people in a voice call when you're meeting face to face. I really miss this girl and I wish she was in my life, but it's alright. She's just like protecting herself or something, or punishing me, or I don't know. One of these things. Or she just feels too awkward about it. I don't know. She's so lucky. She probably doesn't have to deal with any of the people I do. Again, it's not like I'm forced to deal with them. It's just, I'm trying to find people to be friends with, and the people I find are like terrible all the time. All the time, they're terrible. Like, it's like, oh yeah, cool. Pieces of shit. Pieces, pieces of shit over and over and over again. Yeah, great. That is so cool, isn't it? Seems like there just aren't good people in this region, part of the world. Fucking crazy, bro. Like, those guys are literally just like bad people. They're like right wing and like hateful. You kinda can't get a worse combination than that, bro. Oh, they're hateful towards people like me and the people I like. This is not the same. Should have recorded what they were saying, bro. Seriously. Should have recorded what they were saying. Terrible people, bro. You think like, oh, they're just like that over text. No, bro. They're even worse when they're talking, bro. Literally. They're even worse when they're like chatting in voice call. It's even worse. That's crazy, bro. Guaranteed they wouldn't be like that in public. I can guarantee they wouldn't be like that in public. They act like that because they don't think there'll ever be any consequences for it, and it makes them feel good, I guess. Confidently terrible. You really can't ask for worse, can you? When people are confident and terrible. If they were unconfident and terrible, they wouldn't be as bad. If they were confident and not terrible, they wouldn't be as bad. If they were unconfident and not terrible, they wouldn't be as bad. It's this combination of confident and terrible that is like the worst. They got lots of confidence and terrible ethics. I don't know if they're that smart. Maybe they're like mid-level, but the confidence is high and the ethics is very low. Very bad. Fucking crazy, bro. I'm just gonna hang out by myself. People are like, oh, why are you so quiet on voice calls? First of all, it gives me anxiety. Because there's like a lot of uncertainty involved. Second of all, like, the most common thing that happens to me when I start talking and stuff, like, also, I can't think of what to say a lot, but the most, like, common thing that happens when I start talking and stuff is people will shit talk me or get all weird and awkward or something. That's what happens, right? If I'm not quiet, that's what happens. That's why you learn to be quiet, because you get shit talked. People start talking shit to you. And you get, like, rejected over and over and over again. This is what it's like with most people I know from, you know, from this group, right? This is what it's like with, this is what it was like with these piece of shit people who were like friends at school. Obviously not my actual friends, but other people. This is what they were like. Be talking shit and all this. Why would you risk it if you like they're going to talk shit to me, that will make me feel bad, so I just won't say anything. People are like, oh, you should just toughen up. How about I just not interact with them? What am I gaining from them just shit talking me? It just makes you feel bad. No one wants to hear that shit. They think you're a joke, right? And they keep you around because it's like funny to them. All these fucking white Australians, New Zealanders are the same, bro. Seriously. They're pretty much all the same. It's just like a gradient of sameness. Unless the only exception I've seen is like neurodivergent people. And some women might be slightly different. I don't know if that's true though, because I haven't been close to them. Some women act better, but question as to whether they actually are is like, doubt. Questionable because they end up getting with the the white New Zealand Australian men who act the same way. So they're like defending it at the same time. They might be different, but they also defend it. That's weird. I don't know why they do that. I think they can reform it or something. It doesn't work like that. Those guys won't change, bro. Why is the front of my car? Where's the tinting? If people want me to talk more, they should be nicer, bro. Not so sarcastic and give me something to actually talk about. Give me a subject. It's also like trying to be polite. Like nobody asked me anything, so I didn't reply to them. If they don't like, no one even talked to me. Except to make jokes about like, oh, sorry, when they like say some offensive kind of slur or whatever, they'd be like, ironically, like, oh, sorry, mystery. Fucking joke. Fucking joke. You can't even talk with these people, bro. They don't take you seriously. Relationships will require a certain degree of respect that these people will never be willing to, they'll never be willing to, like, reciprocate it. I feel like I'm respectful enough to them, they're not respectful to me at all. Wish I could play a foreign region server. I might put my VPN on and try to get like maybe US or something. You say, oh, why don't you talk more? Well, first of all, I feel anxious because it's like there's uncertainty. There's a wedding version. Fucking trad shit. I don't like Zara Larson, she hates men. Okay, bro. How the fuck does that even happen? Yeah, those guys are not for me, bro. They're not the kind of people I like. That's the reality. Neither of the girls, really. I don't really like them either, to be honest. That's my initial impression, and I doubt it'll change with new information. I think that the further you go into it, it just further reinforces the differences. We're not the same. Which is so weird because I feel like I used to know so many people like me. But GTA players, they're not similar to me at all. I don't like having anxiety, but again, anxiety is like from uncertainty, you know? If we go like flow state, I think anxiety is when like the challenge level is high and the ability level is like low. Yeah, challenge high, skill level low. Yeah, on the one hand, yes, obviously I need to improve my like call conversational skills. At the same time, that's not going to happen with people who are like actively abusive. And that is largely the reason why I have such bad skills in this in the first place, is that the people that are available to talk to are like exclusively bad people who are awful conversations to have with. Awful people to have any conversations with. They actually make your confidence worse. Because they're always talking shit. It's basically like just bullying and harassment and stuff. How is that positive? How is that helpful? It's not. It's actually worse than nothing. This is what gives you a bad impression. You wonder, why do I have these issues in the first place? Because I have so many bad experiences. That's the fucking problem. The problem is the number of bad experiences I've had. And it's not with everyone. I don't have bad experiences with everyone. The people I don't have bad experiences with, I can talk to easily and relatively freely. Right? Still a degree of anxiety, but it can go away, and sometimes I don't have anxiety. Sometimes I actually enjoy talking with people. A lot of people will ignore this and think, oh, anxiety is just this thing that exists for no reason. No, it's not. It's a response to bad past experiences. That's where it doesn't come from nowhere, right? So, like, my mother is, like, extremely, like, hypersensitive to any disagreement or anything that she doesn't like. And she gets extremely upset over tiny little things and has done my entire life. Right? This is supposed to be one of your most important relationships, and that's how it was. And then I would meet people in school who were like, later on in school, I would meet people who were like the same, right? The same as in, like, there would be these kind of people who get extremely upset over little things. You know, like, it's like narcissism. It's like narcissistic personality disorder. So I met more people like that. Those people who ran the group that I was in for a lot of high school intermediate were like narcissistic people, right? That's what they were like. They absolutely dominated the group. They made all the decisions. They decided whether someone was allowed to be in it or not. If they didn't like someone, they would get the group to like talk shit about them, spread all this bullshit about the person, even if they actually weren't a bad person. They would spread all this bullshit, try to like shame them, guilt them, whatever. And that's what these people do. They try to shame you, they try to guilt you. They're not honest, open, helpful people. They are destructive pieces of shit who are hateful, basically. They're always talking about, you know, always being hateful when they talk, essentially. Toxic individuals. This song sucks. Why do I have that added? People think I'm weak for just avoiding these people. Well, I mean, in reality, it, is it weakness? Because what I know from experience is that if you talk shit back to these people, do they go, oh, sorry, sorry, oh, that makes me feel bad, oh, I'll stop talking shit now. No, if you talk shit back to them, they talk more shit. If you don't talk shit back, they think, oh, we can keep talking shit because you're not pushing back on it. You can't win. This is what they're like. You literally can't win. They won't change. You think it's only worth talking to these people that are bad people in the first place if you can try to, like, reform them somehow. Otherwise, it's just a harmful experience to be involved with, right? The reality is they're not really reformable. You can't really reform them. they're not going to change. They're not going to be like, oh, sorry, oh, yeah, that wasn't very nice. Seriously. It doesn't work like that. There's really not much point in talking to them. Even chat is like, you know, even text chat, it's the same things. It's the same shit over and over and over again. Right? They'll continue being pieces of shit because they get enjoyment out of it. They don't actually want to have, like, healthy discussions. This is why I talk so much about, like, intellectualism and intellectuals. If they were intellectuals, we could have, like, a logical, reasoned discussion. But we can't do that because they're not intellectuals. They're these kinds of people who, like, just talk shit all the time, and if you argue with them, they start talking in bad faith, basically. There's no point. This is what you learn through my life's experiences, to just don't talk to these people. Just let them talk. If you have to listen to them, just let them talk. They think it's weakness, like, oh, you're weak because you're not responding to them. It's actually not. It is to an, like, it, you can definitely see it as that, obviously. And maybe there is, like, it's because of insecurity to a degree, but at the same time, what do you gain from responding to these people? Nothing. Because they're not going to change. They're not going to change, so why bother talking to them? Why bother replying back? Why bother saying anything when you know you're going to get a bad response regardless? What's the point? You might as well just avoid them because there's really no reason not to, and you gain nothing from interacting with them. That's how it is. If you look at costs, benefits, it's all cost and no benefit. You're not going to reform these people. I don't even really want to. I don't think that they deserve it. They're clearly, like, well established bad people. You know, counter against the things that I consider good and for the things that I consider bad. What are we supposed to, how are we supposed to meet somewhere with that? Right? We're not gonna meet in the middle. I don't want to meet in the middle. I'm fine in where I am. They're not going to come over to my side, are they? No, of course not. So, what are we doing then? What are we doing? Disgusting people. They think they're so funny. Like, that's all they have going for them is these shitty jokes that they make. Seriously. The intellectual, anti-intellectual distinction is such an important and fundamental one in Oceania, bro. People don't understand it. I think worldwide it's important as well, but again, of course, the people who don't consider it as such tend to be anti-intellectuals. They don't recognize what they don't have. Or they think it's bad because they can't do it, or because, um, you know, it's just, you have to understand, like, what they do, the way they are, is largely a, like, what are you, it's largely to compensate for the fact that they're just not very intelligent people. They don't really know very much. They don't have these, like, mental structures and all of this. And you could say, oh, well, like, you know, you're not very practical and capable in that regard. And yeah, sure, that's possibly true. I don't have that much experience interacting with people like this. In a positive way, to be fair. My experience tells me to just not talk to them, because nothing good comes from it. I've never had a positive experience of talking to these people and it leads to anything good. That's the reality. These narcissistic right-wing individuals. In my experience, nothing good ever comes out of interacting with them, no matter what you do, unless you just don't interact, right? That's my life's experience, bro. I've never learned anything else. If you cut them off, they might become better people. Most of them don't. That's the reality, right? You have to cut them off. This song sucks. I like the original way more. You can't trust a narcissist, bro. Narcissism is really high in this part of the world. It really is. Especially amongst certain groups of people. My mother's a narcissist. My father's pretty narcissistic, but he kind of hides it a lot. Well, it's because he's just satisfied most of the time. Anytime you come into conflict, he goes fucking crazy. Seriously, he goes fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. People think they're nice because they're like superficially act nice toward other people they don't have issues with. They go fucking insane when it's my brother or I doing stuff they don't like. They go fucking crazy. I always thought this was by a New Zealand guy. Because I guess this New Zealand guy did a cover of it. Hmm. This is what you learn, bro, and it's shit because it teaches you to be anxious. And this is the thing, you expect harm because it often is coming. Like, either way, if you talk, they're like, oh, you weird. We don't really like you. Um, if you don't, they're like, oh, you're being too quiet. That's weird. We don't really like you. You can't win. Like, seriously. If you talk, they'll shit talk you for what you said, and then they'll reject you for it. If you don't talk, they'll shit talk you for not talking, and also reject you for it. Like, you can't really win. So I just don't. I just take the passive route and don't bother talking, because I'd rather like not even bother. What's the point, right? Why even try if failure is like guaranteed? I don't want to be these guys' friends, by the way. I don't even like them. They've consistently shown themselves to be bad people to me. Why would I want to be friends with bad people? Why would I want to do that? Seriously. What are people thinking? I don't even like them. We have nothing in common aside from being white males, right? These are like the worst examples of white males, bro. Seriously. Everything that's wrong with this group of people. This is why people like me aren't very liked by other groups of society, other parts of societies, because people like this give the white male a bad reputation. It's fucked. I'll go get lamb shank. Bum 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 bum. New York, New York. I should have recorded their voices on the. I don't know why I was being so respectful by not doing that. Like, these are terrible people, bro. Why would I not record their voices? It's probably why they were so open. Shitty ass VPN not working again. Every day I have to restart it like 10 times sometimes. Like around 10 times I have to restart this thing because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and I don't know why it doesn't work. It just breaks a lot. See? It fixed it. Fixed it by turning it off and on again. I have to do this like 10 times a day. It's fucked. I'd like to get Uncle Paul's fried chicken. Maybe I will. Their fries are just so good. Pizza Hut. These people are fucking disgusting, bro. They're like infantilizing me and shit as well. It's fucking bullshit. You asked me, oh, why don't you have confidence? Maybe because these people are like terrible. Do you have like uncertainty where you're like, are these people bad people or are they not? Most of the time they're bad people, bro. I don't like them. Why would I talk to people that I don't like? Of course it gives me anxiety. It reflects all the bad experiences I've had because these people are more or less the same. You can tell right from the beginning, and then the further you go into it, it just reinforces the point. These are the same kinds of people that you've already had so many bad experiences with. Here they are again. They're too common in this part of the world, seriously. It's just variations of the same thing. Some of them are more open, some of them are more passive about it. But it's more or less the same issues over and over and over again. Yeah, big surprise, the Oceanian white people act the same way that other Oceanian white people do. How's that? That's not surprising at all. Most of them are like this, bro. Most of them are like this. A lot of them are like this. It's a very heavy percentage. Probably at least a quarter. At least 1 in 4. I'd say it's more than that. It's at least 1 in 2, bro. So at least half the people you meet are like toxic individuals, one form or another. That's why I don't like interacting with them and why I don't have any friends anymore. Because my foreign friends, either they changed or we just stopped interacting with each other. Funny how this is like not a big problem overseas either. Like, well, it is, but at the same time, it's like I haven't had these same issues with people from overseas. It's mainly with people from this part of the world that I have these issues with. Where does anxiety come from? Anxiety comes from you expecting bad experiences because you've had so many bad experiences in the past. If you didn't have memory of bad experiences, if you thought, oh, this is going to be good, I've had so many good experiences, I'm going to have another good one, then you would be like, oh, I will talk to them. No, I will talk freely. Yes, I will. No, I don't have to be ultra polite and ultra respectful. Like, I can just be normal and nice and chat a lot and all of this. That's what you would think to yourself, not, oh, I can't talk and I have to be really cautious because they might be bad people, and they are bad people. You kind of already know that they're bad people, right? They didn't even talk to me, either. They didn't even ask me any questions or anything. Just talk to themselves. I don't know why they bothered inviting me if they weren't going to talk to me. I don't have anything to ask them. Like, if we're considering it from the perspective of uncertainty avoidance, I don't have any reason to talk. Like, yeah, on the one hand, there is the uncertainty of like you get anxious about like them being mean. On the other hand, I already expect them to do that, so why would I bother talking to them about anything? If you are already certain about a person of what they're like, and that certainty you have is a negative certainty, you're certain that bad things, that they will be bad people, they will do bad things, etc. Why would you talk to them? Why would you do that? If you have like a strong idea or perspective or understanding that they're going to basically be bad in the conversation, why would you talk to them? If you highly expect they're going to like be pieces of shit, have bad views, treat you poorly, make jokes about you that are offensive, be offensive, etc., why would you talk to them? Why would you even bother talking to them? It's a fucking joke. Why would you talk to them? Yeah, the reason why I joined the voice call was because I was kind of like, I wonder what they're really like. And they're basically they're like what I expected, except they're actually kind of normal seeming. Superficially normal seeming. It's fucking weird. They're very, very casual about it, which is quite Oceanian. Quite Australian, New Zealand is how casual they are about being really pieces of shit people. It's crazy. How casual they are. It's insane. It's like it's totally natural for them to just be like this. Talk a lot of talk a lot of shit, be really offensive. That's who they are, bro. That's what comes naturally to them. Not being an intellectual, not being caring, not being nice, not being respectful, not being polite. No, what comes naturally to these people is being arrogant, being overconfident, being narcissistic, and being pieces of shit. That's what comes naturally to them. Jesus Christ. it's like, it's a gradient as well. One of them's like in their 50s or something. I think Spooksy's like actually like a middle-aged man. Jesus Christ, bro. The fuck? Is this what they're always like, or is this just what they're like when they're in the game? Like, it kind of doesn't relate to the game, though, does it? Like, it's kind of just seems like this is what they're like. No wonder so many people don't want to play this shit, because, like, there's so many toxic individuals in it. I kind of thought, oh, maybe they're actually, they said, oh, we're normal, right? I thought, oh, maybe they're just, like, kind of like, I feel like I kind of, like, joke around a lot. I'm not really like an absolutely terrible person. I thought, oh, maybe they're possibly a bit like that. But then I was like, oh, yeah, but the guy yesterday was like totally a piece of shit and was shit talking me and being really offensive the whole time and being like sarcastically shit talking me and all of this, right? And he's like, oh, I won't do that. Oh, we're normal. And I go in the chat. I go in the voice chat. And it's just more of the same. It's just more of the same. They weren't shit talking me, but they were shit talking other people the whole time. That's what they do. That's who they are. Like that's their whole lives, bro. It's just shit talking, being offensive, being right wing. That's like all they are. As far as I'm aware, that's all they are, more or less. And joking around a lot. And being like narcissistic and arrogant. I'm so tired. I feel like some juice. There's some like soda in the fridge. It's sugary, but I mean, could be nice. I think it's fizzy as well, though. I hate these people, bro. Why are they so bad? Oh my god. I feel like I kind of like play around, but I'm not actually that bad as like a person. These guys aren't even playing, bro. They're not even playing. The fuck? They're not even joking. When I say I play around, these guys are serious. I want in voice chat. They're being for real. They're still just talking shit and stuff amongst themselves. It's not even like something they just talk themselves for like entertainment or something. This is what they do, bro. That's like all they do. That's the only experience I have. I thought they like joke like I do. Or I'm like kind of serious, but at the same time, like it's just a game. That was all they did, bro. They weren't talking about anything else. They were just like shit talking players ganging up on people and like, you know, telling me to join them and like being kind of offensive. That's like all they did. Oh, and then like being sarcastic in a shit talking way about me. Being like, oh, sorry, mystery, when they like say fucking slur or something. Which is like obviously like, it's just more shit talking. They can't help themselves, bro. This is who they are. They literally can't help themselves. Fucking bullshit. Terrible people, bro. Yeah, of course nothing will be done about it, because government doesn't care about those things. Government does not care about the increasing right-wing sentiment, increasing number of right-wingers, increasing number of arrogant, narcissistic people who have right-wing views, far-right views. Government doesn't care. Government doesn't care at all. Government actually allows these things to happen. I mean, the current government in New Zealand is literally like, that's who these people vote for. The current government in New Zealand is voted for by right-wingers and far-right people. ACT in New Zealand First are largely far-right, alt-right voters. You know, one of the main reasons why I joined the voice call, I thought maybe there's like a tiny chance they might be different. You know, I thought maybe there's a tiny chance they might be different. There wasn't. They weren't different, bro. They were. It was more the same. You know what I mean? Like, to a little degree, I wanted to test myself. At the same time, I don't think I should have to do that. I shouldn't have to test myself when the test outcome is like either maybe it's positive, but like there's like a 90% chance likely that they're going to be terrible people. Everything else points to that. And it's what I expect from people in this part of the world, largely. That they will be bad people because most of them are bad people. I'm really tired. I can't get off. Alright, I'm getting off.